After many years of choosing a quiet and private life, Eustace Conway has gently stepped back into public attention with a message that feels thoughtful rather than dramatic. He spoke calmly about his journey, explaining that his time away from constant noise was never about rejecting the world, but about understanding it more deeply. Living in the Appalachian wilderness gave him space to reflect on what truly matters in life, far from distractions and fast-moving routines. His return to speaking is not about fame or attention, but about sharing lessons gathered over decades of observation and experience. He described how silence became a meaningful companion, helping him notice details in nature that most people overlook. The sound of wind, the rhythm of seasons, and the slow growth of trees became his greatest teachers. In sharing his thoughts, he did not present himself as someone with all the answers, but rather as someone still learning. His voice carries a sense of calm maturity, shaped by years of simple living. This return feels less like a comeback and more like a continuation of a long conversation with the world, one that was paused but never truly ended, now resuming with greater clarity and purpose than before. The man behind the mountains. Behind the well-known image of a wilderness man stands a deeply reflective individual who has spent much of his life observing both nature and humanity. Eustace Conway's story is not just about living in the forest, but about searching for meaning in a world that often moves too quickly to notice its own beauty. He has always been drawn to simplicity, preferring hands-on work, open land, and honest living over complexity and excess. Those who have visited his preserve describe him as thoughtful and patient, someone who listens more than he speaks. His connection to the mountains is not symbolic alone. It is practical, emotional, and spiritual all at once. He sees the natural world as a guide, offering lessons in balance, patience, and resilience. Over the years, he has built a life that reflects those values, choosing purpose over comfort. Rather than presenting himself as separate from society, he often reflects on how deeply connected humans are to the land. His identity is shaped not by isolation, but by relationship, with nature, with people who visit, and with the idea that life can be lived more simply and meaningfully when one pays attention to the world around them. Life built from the land. The life Eustace Conway created at Turtle Island Preserve is rooted in direct connection with the land, where nearly everything is built, maintained, and understood through hands-on experience. From wooden structures to farming spaces, each part of the preserve reflects a way of living that relies on patience, skill, and respect for natural resources. He often describes this way of life as a return to basics, where people learn by doing rather than observing from a distance. The land itself becomes both classroom and teacher, offering lessons in responsibility and balance. Living this way requires constant effort, but also brings a deep sense of fulfillment that modern conveniences often overlook. Visitors who spend time there are encouraged to participate in daily tasks such as building, gathering, and maintaining the environment. Through these experiences, they begin to understand how closely human survival is tied to the natural world. Eustace believes that working with the land instead of against it helps people rediscover skills that have been slowly forgotten. His approach is not about rejecting progress, but about remembering older ways of living that emphasize connection, awareness, and care for the environment that sustains all life. The meaning of Turtle Island Preserve represents more than a physical space. It is a living idea centered on learning, simplicity, and respect for nature. For Eustace Conway, it is a place where people can step away from modern pressures and reconnect with basic human skills. The preserve is designed to show how life can function in harmony with the environment when attention and effort are placed on balance rather than excess. Everything within it serves a purpose, from the structures built by hand to the open spaces that encourage reflection. It is not meant to isolate people from the world, but to help them see it more clearly. Many who visit describe it as a reminder of how life once was, and how it could still be if approached differently. The name itself carries symbolic meaning, representing endurance, stability, and the foundation of life supported by nature. Eustace views the preserve as a bridge between past and present, where traditional knowledge meets modern curiosity. Through teaching and demonstration, he hopes visitors leave with a deeper appreciation for the environment and a stronger understanding of their own place within it. Challenges with modern rules. Living closely with nature, while interacting with modern systems, has brought challenges that require patience and understanding. Eustace Conway has often found himself navigating differences between traditional ways of building and contemporary standards that prioritize regulation and structure. These situations are not seen by him as conflict, but as opportunities for dialogue between two very different perspectives on safety, sustainability, and land use. He respects the need for organization in society, but also believes that alternative ways of living deserve space and recognition. His structures and methods are designed with intention, using natural materials and long-standing techniques that reflect harmony with the environment. Over time, conversations with officials and communities have helped create better understanding of his approach. Rather than resisting change, he focuses on explaining the value behind his methods, hoping to build respect between modern systems and traditional practices. These experiences have strengthened his belief that communication is essential when different lifestyles meet. Instead of division, he encourages cooperation and learning from one another. His perspective is grounded in patience, emphasizing that progress does not have to replace tradition, but can exist alongside it when both sides are willing to listen and understand. Choosing silence as reflection. Silence has played an important role in Eustace Conway's life, not as an escape from the world, but as a way of understanding it more deeply. In the quiet of the wilderness, he discovered that silence allows space for observation, thought, and emotional clarity. Without constant noise or distraction, the natural world becomes more noticeable and meaningful. He often describes silence as a teacher that does not speak, yet communicates through presence and pattern. Over the years, this quiet environment helped him reflect on both personal experiences and larger questions about human life and connection to nature. Instead of filling silence with unnecessary noise, he learned to appreciate it as a form of awareness. This practice allowed him to slow down and observe changes in the environment that might otherwise go unnoticed. For him, silence is not emptiness, but fullness in a different form. It creates room for understanding, patience, and inner balance. Through this way of living, he came to value listening over speaking, and observation over reaction, finding that some of the most important lessons are discovered not through words, but through stillness and attention. Lessons from nature's classroom. Nature has always served as a living classroom for Eustace Conway, offering lessons that cannot be learned through books alone. Every season, tree, and stream provides insight into balance, resilience, and adaptation. He often explains that the natural world operates with a rhythm that, when observed closely, reveals patterns of survival and cooperation. Through daily interaction with the land, he has learned how every element plays a role in maintaining harmony. Weather changes teach patience, plant growth teaches timing, and animal behavior teaches awareness. These lessons are not delivered in a formal way, but through experience and observation over time. By working closely with the environment, he developed a deeper respect for how interconnected all living things are. This understanding shapes the way he approaches life, encouraging simplicity and mindfulness. He believes that when people spend time in nature, they begin to remember instincts that modern life often hides. The classroom he describes has no walls, no schedule, and no fixed curriculum, yet it offers endless opportunities for learning. For him, nature remains the most honest and consistent teacher, always present and always willing to show what it means to live in balance. The wilderness as teacher. For Eustace Conway, the wilderness is not just a place, but a teacher that offers constant guidance through experience. Living close to nature has given him a unique perspective on patience, survival, and balance. In the wilderness, nothing is rushed, and everything follows its own rhythm, teaching him to respect timing and process. He has learned that success in nature depends on observation and adaptation rather than control. Weather patterns, animal behavior, and seasonal changes all provide valuable lessons about resilience and preparation. Through years of living in this environment, he developed a deep understanding of how life functions when left in its natural state. The wilderness also teaches humility, reminding him that humans are part of a larger system rather than separate from it. This awareness shapes his approach to daily life and decision-making. He often shares that nature does not judge or reward, but simply reflects actions and choices. By listening carefully to the environment, he has learned to move with awareness rather than resistance. This relationship with the wilderness continues to guide him, offering insight that remains consistent regardless of changing circumstances in the outside world. Turning away from noise. In a world filled with constant activity and information, Eustace Conway made a conscious decision to step away from unnecessary noise and focus on clarity. This choice was not about rejection, but about understanding what truly deserves attention. By removing distractions, he created space to observe life more directly and thoughtfully. The quiet environment of the wilderness allowed him to hear not just natural sounds, but also his own thoughts more clearly. Over time, he realized that much of modern noise can cloud judgment and reduce awareness of important details in life. Instead of reacting to constant stimulation, he chose to slow down and engage more intentionally with his surroundings. This shift in perspective helped him develop patience and a stronger sense of presence. He often emphasizes that silence and simplicity are not limitations, but tools for deeper understanding. By turning away from excess noise, he discovered a more grounded way of living, where actions carry meaning and attention is given to what truly matters. This approach continues to influence his daily life and interactions, encouraging others to consider the value of quiet reflection in an increasingly loud world. A message misunderstood. Over the years, Eustace Conway has often seen his way of life interpreted in different ways by those outside his world. While his intentions have always centered on learning, teaching, and connecting with nature, public perception has sometimes simplified his message. He acknowledges that when ideas are shared through limited perspectives, they can lose depth and context. His purpose has never been to separate himself from society, but to offer an example of alternative ways of living that emphasize awareness and responsibility. He believes that misunderstandings often arise when people view his lifestyle without experiencing it directly. Spending time in nature, working with the land, and observing daily rhythms are essential to understanding his approach. He encourages open-mindedness and curiosity rather than quick judgment. Through dialogue and shared experiences, he hopes that people can better grasp the meaning behind his choices. For him, communication is key to bridging gaps between different ways of thinking. Instead of frustration, he chooses patience, believing that understanding grows gradually. His message continues to focus on connection, not division, and on encouraging people to explore deeper meanings beyond surface impressions. Media and modern attention. In today's world, attention is often shaped by media interpretation, and Eustace Conway has experienced both the benefits and challenges of being in the public eye. While media platforms have helped share his work with a wider audience, they have also simplified complex ideas into brief narratives. He recognizes that storytelling often requires condensation, but believes that depth can sometimes be lost in the process. His experiences with media have taught him the importance of staying grounded in his original purpose, regardless of outside representation. Rather than focusing on how he is portrayed, he continues to focus on daily work, teaching, and living in alignment with his values. He understands that visibility brings both opportunity and misunderstanding, and he approaches it with patience. For him, the goal has never been attention, but communication of ideas that encourage reflection and awareness. He often reminds others that what is seen publicly is only a small part of a much larger reality. Behind every image or story lies years of experience, learning, and effort. His relationship with media remains balanced, acknowledging its reach while maintaining personal authenticity and focus on meaningful work. What true freedom means, Eustace Conway often reflects on the concept of freedom, describing it not as escape from responsibility, but as the ability to live in alignment with values and purpose. For him, true freedom is found in simplicity, where life is not controlled by unnecessary demands or distractions. Living close to nature has helped him understand that freedom also involves responsibility toward the environment and oneself. It is not about doing whatever one wants, but about understanding the impact of actions and choices. He believes that many people associate freedom with external conditions, while in reality, it begins internally, with awareness and clarity. Through his experiences, he has learned that freedom grows when life is lived intentionally, with attention to what truly matters. This includes connection to land, respect for natural systems, and appreciation for basic needs. Rather than seeing freedom as distance from society, he views it as a deeper engagement with life itself. His perspective encourages others to rethink assumptions and consider how simplicity and awareness can create a more meaningful sense of independence and balance in everyday living. Memories of early days. The early days of building a life at Turtle Island remain an important part of Eustace Conway's memory, filled with learning, effort, and discovery. Those times were marked by experimentation and a strong desire to understand how to live directly from the land. Without established systems in place, everything had to be created step by step, through observation and practice. These experiences taught him resilience and adaptability, as each challenge required patience and creativity to overcome. The process of building shelters, growing food, and organizing daily life was not just physical work, but also a journey of understanding natural patterns. He often recalls those days as formative, shaping his approach to both teaching and living. There was a sense of discovery in every task, where mistakes became lessons and successes built confidence. The simplicity of that time allowed for deep focus and connection to surroundings. These memories continue to influence his work today, serving as reminders of how much can be achieved through determination and cooperation with nature. They represent the foundation of everything that followed, grounded in experience rather than theory, and shaped by direct interaction with the environment. Facing the passage of time. As time continues to move forward, Eustace Conway reflects on the natural passage of life with a sense of acceptance and awareness. Living close to nature has given him a unique perspective on aging, change, and continuity. In the natural world, everything follows cycles of growth, transformation, and renewal, and he sees human life as part of that same pattern. Rather than resisting change, he observes it as a natural process that brings wisdom and understanding. Over the years, experience has replaced urgency with patience, and reaction with reflection. He values the lessons that come with time, recognizing that each stage of life offers different insights. His approach to aging is not focused on loss, but on accumulation of knowledge and perspective. He often compares human life to the changing seasons, where each phase has its own purpose and beauty. This understanding brings a sense of peace, allowing him to appreciate both past experiences and present moments. By embracing time rather than resisting it, he continues to find meaning in daily life and remains connected to the ongoing rhythm of nature around him. Healing through connection. One of the central themes in Eustace Conway's philosophy is the idea that healing comes through connection, both with nature and with people. He believes that many challenges in modern life stem from disconnection, whether from the environment, from community, or from oneself. Through his experiences in the wilderness, he discovered that spending time in natural surroundings can restore balance and clarity. Simple activities like working with soil, observing wildlife, or walking through forests can create a sense of grounding that is often missing in fast-paced environments. He also emphasizes the importance of human connection, encouraging open communication and shared experiences. At Turtle Island, visitors are invited to work together, learn from each other, and engage in meaningful tasks that build trust and understanding. This combination of nature and community creates an environment where learning and healing occur naturally. He views connection not as something complicated, but as something fundamental to human well-being. By rebuilding these connections, he believes people can rediscover a sense of purpose and stability. His approach focuses on creating spaces where individuals can slow down, reflect, and reconnect with what truly matters in life. Teaching the next generation, Eustace Conway places great importance on sharing knowledge with younger generations, believing that practical skills and environmental awareness are essential for the future. At Turtle Island, he offers hands-on experiences where visitors can learn traditional techniques such as building, farming, and working with natural materials. These lessons are designed to encourage independence, confidence, and respect for the environment. He believes that learning through experience helps people develop a deeper understanding than theoretical study alone. Many young participants arrive curious but uncertain, and leave with a stronger sense of capability and awareness. His teaching style is patient and observational, allowing individuals to learn at their own pace while engaging directly with tasks. He emphasizes the importance of responsibility, showing how actions in nature have direct consequences. Through this process, he hopes to inspire a generation that values simplicity, sustainability, and connection to the land. His goal is not to impose a way of life, but to offer tools and perspectives that can be applied in many different contexts. By sharing knowledge, he continues a cycle of learning that strengthens both individuals and communities through practical understanding and experience. Listening to the earth. Eustace Conway often speaks about the importance of listening to the earth, not in a literal sense, but through observation and awareness. He believes that nature communicates through patterns, changes, and rhythms that can be understood when one pays attention. The movement of seasons, the behavior of animals, and the growth of plants all provide information about the health and balance of the environment. By slowing down and observing these details, he has developed a deeper understanding of how interconnected life truly is. This practice of listening requires patience and presence, allowing space for subtle changes to be noticed over time. He encourages others to step outside regularly, not just for activity, but for reflection and awareness. In his view, modern life often distracts people from these natural signals, making it harder to recognize important changes. By reconnecting with the environment, individuals can regain a sense of orientation and balance. Listening to the earth, as he describes it, is about developing sensitivity to the world around us, and understanding that every action exists within a larger system of relationships and consequences that deserve respect and attention. Hope for a balanced future. Despite the challenges he observes in the modern world, Eustace Conway maintains a sense of hope for a more balanced future. He believes that awareness is growing, and that more people are beginning to recognize the importance of simplicity, sustainability, and connection to nature. While change takes time, he sees positive signs in the way individuals and communities are starting to engage with environmental responsibility. His vision for the future is not about returning to the past, but about integrating useful aspects of both traditional and modern living. He encourages small, meaningful actions such as planting, learning basic skills, and spending time outdoors as steps toward greater awareness. For him, balance comes from understanding limits and respecting the systems that support life. He believes that when people begin to value experience over excess, they naturally move toward more thoughtful choices. His message is grounded in possibility rather than fear, focusing on what can be built rather than what is lost. Through education, connection, and reflection, he sees a path where humans and nature can coexist more harmoniously, creating a future that honors both progress and preservation. A final walk into the trees. As his reflections come to a close, Eustace Conway's presence feels calm and grounded, as if fully aligned with the environment he has spent a lifetime understanding. Standing at the edge of the forest, he represents a life shaped by experience, observation, and connection to the natural world. His journey has never been about distance from society, but about discovering meaning within simplicity and awareness. As he walks into the trees, it is not an ending, but a continuation of the path he has always followed. The forest is not a place of escape for him, but a place of belonging, where lessons remain constant and life moves at its natural pace. His final steps symbolize a return to quiet reflection, where words are no longer necessary because understanding already exists in practice and presence. The image of him fading into the landscape reflects a life lived in alignment with values rather than expectation. What remains is not absence, but message, a reminder that connection to nature, simplicity, and awareness are always available. His walk into the trees becomes a lasting impression of a life dedicated to learning from the world rather than separate from it.